Hey there and welcome back to my channel. My name is Georgina and I'm the Honest Vocal Coach. I teach singing all day, every day when I'm not making videos like this one. And if you want to work with me, you can. I have an online singing course. I also can critique your voice. And if you like what you see today, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. So as you can see, it's an in the car kind of video. I wanted to do something a little bit different today to mark an occasion because I want to celebrate the awesome Jesy Nelson who's just left Little Mix. So I want to just talk about that with you guys, give you my opinion on what I think happened, and just I think we should be celebrating. I think we should be celebrating the time that she had with the band. I know it's incredibly sad that she's left. She's chosen not to continue. It is really sad, but she should also be partying right now. She should celebrate her achievements within the band. Bearing in mind she was with them for 9 years, nearly 10 years. That's a long time. And she's developed so much over that time. They all have, as a band and also as individuals. So let's first talk about why she's left the band. Now, in the statement that she's given, it says that she needs to look after her mental health now, and the pressures from being in a girl band have been so extreme and massive for her that it's time for her to step out and focus on her mental health. And I agree with that. Good for her. Do it. I think it's important. I understand the pressures of what it's like to be in a girl band. I have been in girl bands myself, but not anywhere to the level that Little Mix are at. Also, I've managed girl bands over the years and I know what it's like. You have to have, 24/7 interviews. Your schedule is completely booked out constantly. So you're here, there and everywhere. And it's really, really taxing. It's not the easiest job in the world. Right from the get-go, when they originally were on the X Factor, it was pretty much interview after interview, recording next song, tour, videos, all of that. And there's so much pressure involved in that. They're supposed to look a certain way. They're supposed to sound, when it doesn't have to be a particular sound. They weren't moulded as such, but they probably were in the initial stages. And they've got to keep that level up. I mean, if you look at the pictures from when they first started as to what they look like now, it's such a difference. I mean, poor Jesy has been one who has had so much hassle from trolls on social media. I think that's one of the biggest issues that she's had. There was a fantastic documentary that she made. If you haven't seen it, well worth looking at, talking about the impact of social media, trolling on Twitter, and all of these, Instagram and Facebook and all the rest of it. I know what that's like, but again, not to the same extent that she's had to put up with. And what I was sent was horrendous. So if she's been sent anything like the stuff that I've received, she never deserved any of it. She's super talented. She great entertainer, 110% every single second. Now, another thing that happens when you're within a girl band is your life is not your own. So you can't make any decisions without thinking, how is that going to impact on my career? How's that going to look as part of Little Mix if I do this, if I do that? Everything she does is blown completely up. Her relationships all go through the newspapers and on social media. Everything she does, she can't even go out to the shops without, some paparazzi trying to take photos of her. So the pressure there must be awful. Just to have a normal life must be something that they cry out for. Now, I hear you saying at home, I hear you going, well, she signed up for it. Well, actually, she didn't sign up for the trolling though, did she? She didn't sign up for just all of the attacks that she received. Now, it is a thing that once you get into the industry, out there in the music industry, that you put yourself in front of those kind of people, the critics and those that want to, just attack you. But it doesn't mean it's okay. It does not mean it's okay. And I think there needs to be a new way of looking at this, that just because you're a celebrity does not mean you're suddenly open to everyone attacking you and saying whatever the hell they like about you. I mean, there is a bit of that. You put yourself out there, you're bound to get some response. But what I'm trying to say is, what makes it okay? I don't think it's okay. Here's my prediction for the future of Little Mix. I think, in my honest opinion, that the girls are probably going to split by the end of next year. Now, this is not because I don't think the three girls are good enough. They're more than good enough. They can definitely hold their own. But if you look at history of girl bands, how many were able to sustain their band after the split? Take that. Wasn't long after Robbie left that they were able to stay together for. You've got the Spice Girls when Jerry left. The Spice Girls weren't able to sustain that career for that much longer with the four girls. Fifth Harmony, another one. They weren't able to sustain the career that they had without that fifth member. So there's probably more bands that I could go on about that same thing has happened to them. I mean, the other thing to think about here is these girls are still relatively young. If you think about when they started, they're still super young. But I reckon family's going to happen, which is gorgeous for them. Do it, you know. I think they're all in a position now where they might want to get married, they might want to settle down with a partner, they might want to have their own children, they might even think about having solo careers in the future. I think a change is definitely coming, and I feel because that there's a tour planned next year, the end of next year is probably going to be that sort of sticky point. After the tour, now what? Do we record new music, or do we give it a break so we can actually spend some time as individuals with our families, learning more about who we are? Because you've got to think how much these girls have changed since they started. They were kids and now they're women. So, you know, I think it's probably time for them to take a little break and sort of reassess and go, okay, what do I want to do? I mean, some girl bands have tried it while having a family. The Saturdays, did that work out? Unfortunately, it was just too tough having kids and having a band at the same time. I mean, there are bands who can sustain it, but unfortunately it doesn't last all that long when you've got families and you're in a band at the same time. So to finish off, I just want to wish Jesy all the very best, and I totally applaud her choice here. I think that she's doing the right thing for her. Yeah, it's really sad we're not going to have the Little Mix that we had before, but these girls have been together 9-10 years now, so we've got all that content that we can be excited about. We'll always love their music. That far, there will never be a sound like it. The harmonies, the chemistry with them, there will never be that same four. I think it's time for a change. Jesy's done the right thing. I wish you all the very, very best. So before we finish off with Little Mix, and of course I'll still be going back and doing a bit of Little Mix every so often on my channel, I will be doing one last reaction video to the last performance of all four girls together, which was a mashup that was on the Search show on the BBC, and I'll put that on my channel fairly soon. But again, I want to wish all of the girls all the very best. I've watched their careers from the beginning. I admire them. Their vocals have come on so much. Leanne, wow, where's the confidence come from in her? Her voice was probably the weakest at the beginning of the whole of Little Mix, but now she's right up there with the rest of the girls. Jade's phenomenal vocal, Perry, I love her high belts, and Jesy had that beautiful vibrato, that depth, and they just fit. So again, I'm wittering now. Well done for making the decision that's right for you, Jesy. I wish you all the best for the future, and girls, enjoy your Christmas. Just forget about all the media hassle. Just enjoy your Christmas with your families. And let's see what happens with Little Mix in the future. Bye, loves.